It's always a pleasure to get up here and have the honor of introducing the Opera Theater Singers annual performance. I think we're going on 26 or 27 consecutive years for this program. I'd especially like to thank Marty Evans for being in touch with the leader of the Opera Theater Singers, Jeremy Reger. There she is. And so this is the Opera Theater Singers, but this program is really a collaboration between our opera program and our relatively new, I think it's about 10 years old now, of musical theater for undergraduate students. And this Oklahoma production, which will be at the Mackey Auditorium March 8th through 10th, is a mix of undergraduates and graduates who won the auditions to participate and to sing and perform in the musical theater. It's a wonderful program. It's been a smash success and is now taking its rightful place as an important part of what the College of Music is all about. The opera program itself is thriving, as always, as you'll hear today. I'll allow the musicians to introduce themselves. Jeremy couldn't be here, but he's an amazing professor. In addition to all that he does for the opera program and for the music theater program. In the summer, he is head of music for Central City Opera and is involved with so many things that it's become really a full-time position throughout the summer for him. So without further ado, and as this curtain rises, please welcome the Opera Theater Singers. Thank you.
To beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to call like a chime that flies from a church on a breeze. To laugh like a brook when it trips and falls over stones on its way. To sing through the night like a lark who is learning to pray. I go to the hills.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are so happy to be joining you today. We are the opera theater singers representing the Eklund opera program at CU Boulder. As you heard, Reagan Hinsey so beautifully started us off with Rodgers and Hammerstein's The Sound of Music. So I think we should all introduce ourselves. My name is Tyler Middleton. I am from Knoxville, Tennessee, and I am in the first year of my artist diploma degree. I already gave you her name. Where are you from, and what degree are you in?
Well, as he said, my name is Reagan Hinsey. I am from Houston, Texas, and I am in my first year of my master's degree in vocal performance.
Hello, my name is Hannah Benson. I am from Grand Island, Nebraska, and this is my second year in the Artist Diploma program. I am a mezzo-soprano, in case you couldn't tell from the low. But we're so glad to be here sharing music with you today on this finally cold February day. And we hope you enjoy the next piece.
Let's introduce our pianist as well. Hello.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elena de Bellevue, and I'm standing in today for Dr. Jeremy Reger. And I played this event last year, too, so maybe you recognize me. But I am currently a lecturer at CU Boulder as a pianist for the opera department. I'm originally from Dallas, Texas.
All right, we got to talking about Oklahoma, and that is March 6th through 8th at Mackey Auditorium. Well, that is a wonderful collaboration between the Eklund Opera program and the Bachelor Musical Theater program. And in that show, I'm one of our two Curlies, and so I figured I'd give you a little sneak peek. Well, I know, a little ironic, right? They're gonna put me in a wig, don't worry. No. But I figured we could give you a little preview of what's to come. So I will be singing. Which one am I singing? That's a good question. Let's see here. Should we do Surrey? Should we do? No, let's do Oh, What a Beautiful Morning. How about that? The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't turn their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the sounds of the earth are like music. All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old weeping willow is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful Next up, we're going to go to some adjacent composers. We got a couple of songs from composers who are a little around Rodgers and Hammerstein in their circle. We're going to begin with Hannah Benson singing some Cole Porter, So in Love, and that will be followed by Reagan coming back to sing Meredith Wilson's My White Knight.
When I'm close
Beautiful. All right, another wonderful project that the Eklund Opera has going on this semester is Janacek's The Cunning Little Vixen, which will be in the Music Theater at IMEG, April 16th through the 19th. And I believe we're all involved in this production. We have a chorus master here. We have the innkeeper's wife and the forester's wife. Don't ask how that works. I'll be singing the forester, but alongside all these human characters, there are just a bunch of animal characters, including our titular vixen, played by Reagan. So I want to know, Reagan, what is it like learning this score, and what is it like learning to embody a fox on the stage?
Well, I can almost confidently say that this is probably one of the hardest things that I've ever had to learn. Janacek is very difficult. Coaching has started, but staging has not. So this might be a little weird, but like some of my friends, one of them is playing the frog, and she'll just sit like this all day. And so it's just getting into that mindset of not necessarily having to walk on all fours, but potentially having to, and having to do character decisions that you wouldn't normally think of if you were playing a human.
All right. Well, Reagan and I are going to go from Richard Rodgers to his daughter, Mary Rodgers. We'll be singing a duet from Once Upon a Mattress, Yesterday I Loved You.
I've undergone a change, and today
And of course, as much as we love Rodgers and Hammerstein, it wouldn't be the opera theater singers if we didn't bring out just a little bit of opera, right? All right, so I will be singing an aria, a love aria from Leoncavallo's I Pagliacci, Silvio's E fra quest'ansie. All right, we would like to thank you all so much for having us here today. And we want to end going back to Rodgers and Hammerstein from the musical Carousel, a lovely message of hope and togetherness. This is Hannah Benson singing You'll Never Walk Alone.
you staying for questions or anything, or are you just taking off?
Yeah, we can do some questions.
Is that okay?
Yeah. Glad you brought that up.
I
Grab
wasn't
the mic.
sure. Alrighty, hang on a second.
Okay, so I know I'm supposed to ask a question, and I've been trying, because I really want to tell a story, but I've got a question at the end that I've come up with. So I came for Oklahoma, and when you started with Sound of Music, I was like, oh my God. My wife Cassidy texted me, she's like, you're so happy right now, Mike. And the answer is yes, okay? So here's my story. So my mom is 90 years old, she's in assisted living. 3 years ago, she's like, hey, before I go into assisted living, I want to go visit my sister in Ohio. So we get into a car for 3 hours, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I going to talk to my mom for 3 hours about so it's not awkward? So I think about some music, and we put in Oklahoma, and I sang Oklahoma to her all the way down and back. And she denies it, but I know she loved it. And so it was so wonderful. So here's my question. Have you thought about not graduating and coming here every year and singing for us?
I will answer that, as it's my last semester and I'm kind of sad about it. It's been a really great experience at CU Boulder. I really feel like I've grown in such a short amount of time, and I'm sad to be leaving such a good circle of people, such a good circle of shows that we do, things that drive us, people that are like-minded. So yes, I would love to come back and sing every year for you.
Sure.
I still got another year, so I can. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but you might see me again.
Yeah, I think if we all write in and ask them to extend the artist diploma program into a 5-year degree, maybe we could do that. That would be wonderful. I'd love it. I'd continue on. But yes, you will also get to see me for 1 more year. Yes.
Awesome. Awesome. Do we?
While she's running, could you tell us what you're doing next? What your career aspirations include?
All right, so the artist diploma program is really kind of a finishing program, right? So you've done your master's degree, and you kind of got to sit and percolate a little while the voice continues to mature. So for me, next year I'll be running the audition circuit all over the United States and possibly Europe, looking for young artist programs and residencies, and we will see what comes from it.
One of my passions is community outreach. So my undergrad did a production of Amal and the Night Visitors by Minotti every year for Title I 5th graders. And that really shifted my focus towards community outreach, just because that was amazing. I got to do it for 2 years. So hopefully once I'm done with the master's program, I'll go somewhere and be in charge of running a community outreach program.
I will be finishing up in the spring and then hopefully doing CU Now again with my colleagues here. We have yet to hear back after the audition still. And then I will be singing as the alto soloist in Mahlerfest's Beethoven 9 this spring as well, if that's something you're interested in coming to. And then I'll be singing with Bravo Vale in the summer as one of their choristers for Madama Butterfly. Yes, I'm very excited for that. And I will be moving to Denver, so I'll still be a Coloradan, which my Nebraska self is a little bit like, but it feels like home here. So I'm looking forward to the next steps, continuing to audition and maybe even teach a little bit. We'll see what happens.
Yes, I wonder if you could answer the question of how you got interested in opera singing in the first place, as opposed to, say, hip hop.
Yeah, my learning of opera really started in, I would say, my undergrad in particular. I went to Wheaton College, and I was a very big musical theater fan, did show choir all throughout high school. I did take lessons classically, but I wasn't thinking about opera necessarily. When I got to Wheaton, my teacher would let me sing musical theater still, but she did encourage me to continue more within like the opera type of repertoire and things like that, just because she could hear that's where my voice wanted to live. And it took some convincing, but finally I bought in, and I'm very glad that I did. And then I went and continued to get my master's at Indiana University and taught for a little bit after I graduated there, and then decided I missed opera enough and I missed performing enough and wanted to get back into it. So here I am, still loving it.
The first show I saw was Tosca when I was 14. My choir went as like a field trip, and the Scarpia had a prosthetic arm and took his arm off on stage. And I went, whoa, I want to do that! And then as time went on, I went into college as a forensic science major for 2.5 years, and then I was like, I really miss singing. I really miss being on stage. And so I changed my major, and now here we are.
So all through high school, I was very much a STEM kid, and I was set to go to the University of Tennessee for chemical engineering. But I also sang in the choir, and I had a voice teacher as well, just because I've always loved music. And I was actually most interested in singing jazz and in composing jazz. But my teacher said, whatever you want to do, if you want to do it with your voice, go and train classically in college. So I went and signed up for an opera degree without having ever seen an opera. But I went, and during my freshman year, I went to the Nashville Opera. I studied at Middle Tennessee State University down in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And I went and I saw La Traviata, and I remember getting out of the opera house, and I called my mom, and I said, I know what I want to do with my life now. And I finished up my degree, and I went to the University of Michigan for my master's degree. Took a year after that to do a bunch of outreach work, do some main stage stuff, and then I got the call to come here. Yeah.
So I think this will be our last question.
Thank you so much for being here and upholding and improving and increasing and on, all the wonderful things to say about the music program, opera theater singers. And Hannah, you touched on CU Now. They may not know about this, so why don't you brag a little bit about what that is, Jake Hagee, what's happened with some of the operas that you've all, I think there's a recent award out there.
Yeah. So with CU Now, the college brings in composers to work with students on works that they are currently working on and workshopping and things like that. So it's a very fast process. It's a process where, you know, you might learn something one day and then you go into rehearsal the next day and they go, I actually didn't like that. I'm going to rewrite it and change it. And it's up to you as the singer to learn it and have it ready for the next rehearsal in the way that they have newly composed it. That way they can keep kind of gelling their work and making it feel like it's something that's coming together, and we are the people that help them do that. Another person they had brought in was Jake Hagee last semester to work with us during Dead Man Walking. And I played Sister Helen, and we have our Joseph Desrochers right here. And we both had an opportunity, along with other people in the cast, to work with Jake Hagee closely, and it's a similar experience with CU Now, where you're working kind of in tandem with these composers, making connections that are important for us as young artists, and just learning about how to refine our craft in a professional setting with some big names that can be kind of daunting. If you want to talk a little bit about who's maybe coming.
Yeah. So I'll go ahead and preface while I make sure I get all my details right here that last year, over the summer, I was able to partake in CU Now, and it was amazing. We got to work with Mark Adamo as he workshopped his new opera, Sarah in the Theater, which is about the story. Well, of course, you were Sarah, so. But it was about Sarah Caldwell, who was a very well-known opera director in, I believe, the 1980s. And she was just known for being this absolute firecracker of a woman who broke barriers and had her own personal struggles, and it was just so wonderful getting to work one-on-one with Mark, coach with him, be a part of the process, get to, modify lines to fit your voice better, and just do all this wonderful stuff. Yes, so this year we have coming visiting composer Alberto Caruso, who's an Italian composer, and librettist Mark Campbell, and we'll be workshopping The Late Signor Zanetti, which is, let me give you a little intro to it here. will workshop The Late Signor Zanetti, a comic thriller set in Venice in 1823, when the titular character, a horologist, attempts to repair a pocket watch left in his shop by a mysterious stranger. The activities of his typical evening take a surprising and surreal twist. So that'll be available this summer. Information for all of our productions, Oklahoma and The Cunning Little Vixen, and later on our Late Signor Zanetti, will be available on CU Presents website. So you can get all the information, ticketing, locations, everything you need to know about it there. Excellent. All right. I believe that's all we have time for, yeah?
Hi, I'm Norma. On behalf of the Rotary Club, thank you for your remarkable talent. It was a beautiful performance, and I was raised on musicals. I'm very happy to say you got every lyric right. So, yeah, good job. So Rotary has been working to eradicate polio for more than 30 years. Our goal of ridding the world of this disease is close, but it's not over yet. So with that in mind, we're donating 100 doses of polio vaccine in your honor.
Thank you.
You're
so
welcome,
much.
and thank you.